What's going on, everybody? So it is 7:26 in the morning, 77 degrees, and it is not that bad. It's kind of windy. It's a very perfect chill morning to start the day. We're going to be doing some work on, drum roll please, wait, the E30. So if you don't know, I've been making shorts about the parts that I've ordered, and they all came in. Well, yeah, pretty much everything came in. So I'm going to be attempting to swap out the alternator, the distributor cap, rotor, the ignition coil, and the spark plugs. The only thing about this today, I don't have an ignition wire set, which I kind of really want before I change the spark plugs. So I'm still 50-50. I'm on the fence with that, but I think I'm gonna still change the spark plugs. And if I'm able to go and buy an ignition wire set, I'm gonna do that. But for now, let's get this beauty. Yeah, let's get this in the driveway and see what we can go ahead and get started today. Be right back. Perfect. All right. Okay, so now I can give you a better look. So I have a new one of these. As you can see, there's a pretty decent crack right there, and I think right here. And then these things don't even have clamps, so I'm not entirely sure how that's even correct. But we're going to swap this out. We're going to work around. We're going to swap these 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 puppies out. Those not ignition wires, but the spark plugs under them. We're also going to change this distributor cap. You really can't see unless you took the front end off, but this is just a quick 3 simple screws. 1, 2, and then there's one in there. I just can't see it. But with me on the iPad, but yeah, that's gonna go. This is also gonna go. This is our ignition coil, and gotta go back on the other side. The alternator, which is down there, and honestly, it doesn't really look that good. So I'm glad I got a new one of those. And I think I gotta get a mask because my allergies is really throwing me off this year. I think we're gonna start with the alternator first. Just to knock that out. So should be fun. All right, next up we're going to change the ignition coil. And there she is, all her beauty. Yeah, I wish all cars had one ignition coil. That would be so simple. Makes life so much easier. Alright, first we'll need to take this off. This nice little sleeve. Pops right up. Hold on. Yep, just like that. Set that right there. Then we're going to take these two bolts off. And then take off the bolt that's holding the hook to hosing. And then swap them out. Alright, so the new ignition coil is in. I don't know if you're able to tell, but I was trying to figure out how I can get the thing to stay seated, because the old OEM one is about this much bigger than the newer one. So the newer one's just kind of sliding in there, but it's not going to fall out. At least I hope it doesn't fall out. I don't think it will. But for now, I tried to even think about zip tying the bottom, make like a little cup holder. Because on the ES version, the 325 ES versions, they have the bottom support, not this brace around the whole. That work. Well, what we got for now, for so I gotta cut this before. I gotta remember to cut that before I turn this thing on. Well, let's end up figuring out a way to keep this thing seated. But for now, the new ignition coil is in. So now we're gonna move on to the distributor, rotor, and the cap. Guys, back here another morning, finishing up yesterday's job. So I was wrong. The rain did up getting in the way. So had to put things on a pause. But we are back. It's cold. It's about 6:40 something in the morning. Before I finished yesterday, I took off 2 screws of the distributor cap. I'm working on getting the last one out, which is a pain in the ass, only because I didn't take off the radiator, or like basically the front end, for more clearance. It's just, you don't really have to, but if you like me, you don't really care, you want to make your job harder than it has to be, you can leave the front end on, basically. I'm going to finish taking this last screw off, however long it takes, and then we'll replace the rotor inside and the new cap. Okay, whew. So with a little time and effort and a lot of fucking patience, we got the distributor cap off. That's a thumbs up. Okay, now we just have to take and place this little guy, the distributor rotor, in here. It's held on by some, looks like 3 hex keys or Allen wrenches. So let's go ahead and knock that out, and we'll be reinstalling everything back. Alrighty, so we did hit another small hurdle. The new distributor cap has this covering that the old one didn't, and of course the covering on the new one is actually hitting, you can probably see those marks, it's hitting that pipe right there that feeds from the AC, well, from the radiator, so the coolant. So this is in the way. So I just ordered a Dremel kit from Lowe's. I'm gonna go pick that up, and then we'll be back to cut this thing off and finish everything up. Okay, you guys, we are back with the E30 at home. I know it seems short to y'all, but that was like a damn near 2-hour wait, all for nothing. I ordered the parts from Lowe's, and it apparently takes 2 to 3 hours for stuff to be ready for just store pickup. So, luckily, there's a Walmart right next to the Lowe's, and they had exactly what I needed. So, canceled the Lowe's order, went right into Walmart, and I got a new Dremel. Oh my god, the bag, work with me. Cordless new Dremel. Need this to cut the need this to cut this cover off because it's in the way from me installing the distributor cap and finishing that all up. So that's going to be the plans. But we also got a socket because the socket tool that I had was just too big. So went and got a 13/16 socket for the spark plugs. So use that in 2 seconds. That's a quick install. I also went to the AutoZone and got some cup holders because remember I said I have this super janky setup right now for my ignition coil right here. It's just sitting, so I'm thinking if I can somehow just mount this somehow onto this, a nice little cup holder for it. So you know, got a redneck in every now and then. But I think that was it for my little excursion. Oh, I also bought some cutting blades because I don't think the Dremel that I bought came with any. That's a wire brush. That looks like sanding disc. So I think that's a sanding disc. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this this job done, you guys. Okay, so just going off of this one, I would say it definitely needs to be replaced. Let's see, you guys can. I don't think it's too bad, but at the same time, I'm just gonna swap these things out because I don't trust it. So. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys can. Well, yeah, you can. Look at the buildup on this. This is just me pulling them out. Like, that's not good. And then these contacts down here aren't the best either. So we're definitely. It's a good thing we're definitely swapping these out. Okay, quick update. After a couple Googles, I found out that the NGK spark plugs have these nodes that sit on the screws. So they're not an exact fit for a lot of ignition wires. But I did find out that you can't just unscrew that node, but I'll show you. Because I was really about to call it quits, y'all. Okay, so this small node sits on top of the spark plug, but you can't screw them off. Please do not mind my nails. So I'm gonna unscrew all the spark plugs again and take these nodes off one by one and then reinstall them. So yeah, let's do a time lapse of that actually because I'm not about to do that.
She purring, y'all. She purring. We driving, cruising. Driving through the back road and several neighborhoods by my neighborhood. She sounds good. I still got to work on that check engine light, but once I get a scanner, I'll be able to find out exactly what it is. Pretty sure it's an exhaust leak. You can actually hear it from outside. But yeah, that's more or less pretty much it. Oh, and then squeaky brakes, but that only happened when I just turned just now. But yeah, everything else is surely coming. Be sure to check out the video on YouTube to see what I had replaced and fixed. And yeah, stick tuned for more E30 content.